Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. It's a live Manchester United transfer daily as we approach this penultimate day in this January transfer window, and Manchester United have got two big deals in the pipeline. However, there is a big but, and I'm not talking about Kim Kardashian overdoing it with the collagen injections in her arse. I'm talking about the but being that realistically, are these the sort of deals that Manchester United should be doing in a January transfer window? Because the good news, and there is good news, Anthony Martial will sign a new Manchester United contract for 5 years, taking him to 2024 by Friday. This is circulated in the mainstream media. It's what we expected. And it's a very, very positive thing. Anthony Martial signing a new deal at Manchester United. We missed him last night. Obviously, he was injured for the game against Burnley. But I'll tell you what, if you'd said to me 3, 4, 5 months ago that this was going to happen, I would have been ecstatic. So I'm going to be ecstatic now because he wasn't going to sign a new contract under Mourinho. And this is the positive change at United, that he wants to commit to a club. And let's go back to his comments in the summer through his agent, where he quite clearly said that he loves the club, loves the fans, but obviously the Sanchez deal and Mourinho had made him quite rightly question his future. He's a young lad. He needs to go and fulfil his potential. He can't sit on the Manchester United reserves forever. Well, that's not going to happen now. Very, very big deal for United. And I would applaud Woodward on this, because the rumours from United is that Mourinho wanted to sell Martial last summer and Woodward wouldn't let it happen. He feels that Martial and Pogba and Rashford, they're the future of Manchester United, quite rightly. So I would applaud Woodward on that. I definitely would do. But there's still a big but. And we're not talking about Gemma Collins hitting the ice on Strictly Come Dancing. It was ice skating, actually. It was ice skating. But we'll come to that big but in a minute. Let's talk about the Martial deal for a moment. And, you know, this is symbolic of where Manchester United need to go. So very, very happy about it. It shows a commitment to him that if he wants to sign that contract, he's clearly been given assurances that if he keeps his form up, he'll be a starter for Manchester United, which is really, really important as well. So that's a positive about Martial. The first but on that one is going to be that I feel it's a bit of a smokescreen. I feel we're being a bit kidded. Because, look, if you're looking around the transfer news today, or you watched Manchester United last night, we needed to do some deals this summer. We definitely need to do them in the summer. We needed to do some deals this transfer window. You take Pogba, Herrera or Matic out of that midfield and we are screwed. You know, Fred's not living up to it. Pereira looks way off the pace. McTominay's not good enough. And Fellaini's off, hopefully. So the midfield is a problem. Are we going to get Matic, Herrera and Pogba to play 90 minutes for the next 4 months? It's not going to happen. And I look at Yuri Tillemans going to Leicester and I think he's going on Leicester to loan. And I know Leicester are giving them a player back, Monaco, but we could have given Monaco Pereira and took Tillemans. You know, it's these sort of deals in January that I'm stunned that we're not all over, realistically. Or even Adrien Rabiot from PSG. I mean, maybe they wouldn't deal with us because we're going to play them in the Champions League, but he wouldn't play in the Champions League. We could have that as a deal. I just think United are massively, massively short in the midfield. And we talk about centre-back, and I agree. You know, I'm not even going to start on Phil Jones because there's no point. Why is he playing games when Eric Bailly could have played last night? But midfield, we are woefully short, and we definitely should be looking at bringing somebody in. And the fact that we're sat on a pot of gold, I think it's not acceptable. A lot of people will say Ollie wasn't brought in to get top four. I agree with that. You were right. Ollie was not brought in to get top four. He was brought to bring some positivity back to the club, to unite the fan base. Yes, he was. He was. But you know what, people? He got us back into a top four race. We're in a top four race. So you can't sit here now and go, well, I'm a London Man United fan. Oh, well, it don't matter because he wasn't brought in to get top four anyway. He was brought to bring us all together and he's done that. Yeah, great. Well done. Well done. That's spot on. But we're in a top four race now and the transfer window's open. And don't tell me we weren't signing players if Mourinho hadn't been sacked. We were. So to not do it now, I think it undermines what Ollie's trying to achieve. And Ollie will know this morning that he can't trust that wider squad. He will know what many of us know, that Deadwood FC will hurt you. It will cost you games. They've been doing it for years. That's the third year in a row, by the way, that Burnley have come to Old Trafford and got a draw. I mean, maybe we shouldn't have been surprised by that result last night, but there'll be more of those. There'll be more of those results. What worried me about last night is that, remember under Mourinho, when we used to say before the game, we should win this game, but you never know what Man United you're going to get. I think, obviously, Mourinho's tactics were terrible, but we sort of last night come out of it going, well, yeah, we should beat Leicester and Fulham, but we don't know what's going to happen because if he has to go to the Deadwood players, like the Phil Jones, like the Ashley Youngs, they could put in a shit performance and cost us a game again. So, you know, that one's a little bit of a concern. Look, also Also, we are getting rid of Fellaini. That's the real good thing. And I think that to me, look, I don't blame Ollie for last night. I don't know whether anybody does. I thought he was a little bit naive, as I said in my match reaction. But he's got to try and use this wider squad. And what he will have learned is that people like Mata, Pereira, Jones, Young, it's too many changes to make. I think against Arsenal, we brought Sanchez and Lukaku in, but the foundation behind it, the midfield and the defence, was very, very good. And it worked. But last night we made 4 changes that I don't think we should have made 4. Maybe 2. Herrera should have played. I think we would have won the game. I would have played Lingard instead of Lukaku. I think we would have won the game. I think you can get away with Jones and Young. Of course you can. We've done it before. But I look around, because we are talking transfers, I look around and I see that Liverpool, Chelsea, Sarri, they've got Higuain, he wants another signing. So that's 2 signings they're going to make in January. Arsenal, they're getting the BTEC Suarez from Barcelona, Dennis I think his name is. They're getting him, and they're getting the Belgian Stuart Downing, which is Carrasco from China. So, but they're doing deals. I mean, the quality of the deals could be shit. Of course they could, but they're doing deals to try and improve themselves. What are we doing? To me, it's a bit arse over head. Really, it doesn't make any sense because, as I said last night, and I think this is really important, when Ollie took over, we're not in a top 4 race. It's mission impossible. It's like the race that started and we forgot to put our trainers on. So we're tying our trainers up and everyone else is bombing ahead. We've sprinted over the last 6 weeks to catch up with the race for top 4. And now we're there. Everyone else is looking at us and going, all right, we've still got more energy. Let's go again. Let's get a couple more players. Whereas we're like, oh, for fuck's sake, we've got to keep running. And we're not getting any energy. We're not getting any Lucozade or anything like that. We're just trying to battle against teams that are now fresher than us and they're going to go for it. And I think, Chelsea win tonight and we're suddenly 5 points off 4th place again. And that gap's gone bigger instead of being smaller. I just feel that the club are doing good things with Martial, but that could have been done in February. I feel that the Martial deal is being announced maybe today or tomorrow. So we're like, yay! And we all forget that there's a transfer window that we've not brought any players in. I mean, Martial and De Gea signing is brilliant, but those deals could be signed in February. What's important now is the transfer window. And I look around and I think, I do think we should be doing more. And there's a lot of people saying, oh, stop being spoiled. We've won 8 games, we've drawn 1. You're only saying this because of the Burnley result. Well, for anybody who's been watching the United stand, and you were all the same as well, I've been saying it certainly. I know not everyone agrees with me. I was saying this when we were winning games. I said, I still think we're going to hit a point after the transfer window's closed and go, we should have done this. And I think last night was a real eye-opener. We cannot trust the people beyond Pogba, Herrera and Matic. We haven't got the depth in midfield and they're not going to play. I mean, even this morning, this talk of Paul Pogba carrying a little bit of a knock. I mean, what are we going to do? You can't trust Fred. You can't trust Pereira. You can't trust McTominay. We need midfield depth and we haven't got it. And I'm amazed because there are midfielders out there that we could go and do. I mean, if Leicester are bringing someone like Yuri Tillemans in and Rabiot's available, I mean, there are players that we could go and get as a short-term gap. And it could be absolutely fundamentally essential because top 4, is it there? Is it now? I don't know. Just on one matter, I think Manchester United are becoming less confident that he'll sign a new deal. Call me a shovel, I don't care, but I am going to honestly say that this season, as much as I love Juan Mata, I can honestly say he's been more poor than he's ever been in his career. Mr. Number 8, Mr. 8 out of 10, Mr. Consistent, I don't see it. I think he's been poor from the first game of the season to now. I just don't think Mata offers Manchester United what we need. He's not quick enough, I don't think, for the Premier League anymore. And we shouldn't be offering him a new contract. So if he doesn't sign one, it's a bit like the Fellaini situation last year. We were hoping he wasn't going to sign the deal. But actually, United were there with pen and ink and contract there. Please sign. Part of me hopes Mata doesn't sign. Because I think next season we're going to have to give him game time. And next season we'll see more performances like last night. I love Mata, but time catches up with us all. And I don't think he's good enough anymore. Pereira, it's good to see Ollie coming out and protecting him. I just think Pereira lost a year under Mourinho that could be crucial to his development as a midfielder. Jones, I don't understand. Does anybody actually know why Eric Bailly didn't play last night and why he wasn't even on the bench? I don't understand how you can have 2 centre-backs who play fantastically well against Arsenal away from home, against two strikers that are considered two of the best in the Premier League. Lindelof and Bailly absolutely shut them down as a team. They were absolutely superb. 3 days later, we play Lindelof and we don't even put Bailly in the squad. Now, if he's carrying an injury, I've not heard about it, but that to me was a shocking decision last night. And there's a rumour around Manchester United that Mike Phelan and Michael Carrick absolutely adore Phil Jones. Well, I'm sorry. I absolutely love a good old chicken tikka masala, but I wouldn't play it at centre-back for Manchester United, although it'd probably do a better job. You know, we've got to move past little cliques and little friendships. Phil Jones is not good enough. You know, I said this last night. What did we learn from last night? Matta's probably passed it. Ashley Young was never a right back, and Phil Jones has never been a footballer, and he's got to stop. But the worst thing about last night is that Eric Bailly played so well on Friday. I don't understand it. Austin Kelly says, why is Ali not starting Bailly? Also, Matta did well all second half, in my opinion. Austin Kelly. Look, I watched the game, obviously, and Matta wasn't awful, but he slows us down. I think you've got to look beyond individual performances and say, well, why didn't we win that game? And I think Burnley loved playing against Juan Mata. Yes, he had a lot of the ball. Yes, he did a lot of 1-2s, but did his crosses get in the box? No. Did he have any real decent shots? No. Did he really terrorise them? No. He had a lot of the ball, you're right, but it didn't cause Burnley any problems. Ollie said it himself after the game. I said it on the watch-along. Flex said it in his match reaction. I'm sure every one of you said it as well. We had a lot of crosses last night, but Burnley would have been absolutely loving that. It wasn't until, like Ollie said, he said we were going down the wick with the cross, putting too many crosses in. It was too easy for Burnley. When we started going down the middle quickly, it caused them a problem, and that happened when we brought Sanchez on. Who's the new signing? Well, the new signing is, are we going to do a new signing in the next 24 hours? I've got a funny feeling that we could, but I definitely think we need to. But the priority for me, and I would throw to you lot, the priority for me would be midfield. I think that is where we need somebody. I'm really worried about that midfield now because I don't trust anybody other than Matic, Herrera and Pogba. And I would be looking to improve on Matic in the summer, of course I would. But for now, he's absolutely essential to what we're trying to do. Who we were going to go for, I don't know. But, I mean, Perosa says get rid of the deadwood, make some of our first team as squad players and buy some world-class players. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. And look, you know what? It doesn't matter who the manager is. Manchester United should be beating Burnley at home. I know we've had a great run before that, but Manchester United should be beating them at home. I still think that, Neymar Jr. says stop being biased to Rashford. He was awful. Mention that. Yeah, but you know what? You know what the thing is about that, and I don't think many United... That's flip-flop. That's a flip-flop opinion to sit here and go, Rashford was shit last night. I mean, what's your end game with that? Yeah, Rashford didn't play well last night. What's the end game? Should we sell him with the deadwood? No. Marcus Rashford's one of the best talents at Manchester United. Did he have a good game last night? No. Did he keep fighting, and was he a threat? Yes. Is he the best striker we've got? Yes. End of conversation. You know, Rashford didn't have a good game last night, but it certainly doesn't warrant slating him, calling him not good enough, calling him Trashford, calling him the next Danny Welbeck. Rashford didn't play well last night, but it's a dead conversation because it's not the same as Lukaku or Mata or Young or Jones, where there's a proper debate to be had whether they should even be at the club next year. Rashford's a brilliant player for United. He should be playing every week. Did he have a good game? No. Should he have scored that chance after 10 minutes and cost us 3 points? Yes. But we go again with the next game with Rashford because his quality is so good. I think this is like, that's your Arsenal fan TV reaction, isn't it? That's your, somebody has a bad game, let's throw them under the bus and call them shit. United fans, we've got a little bit more depth, and we would say, well, yeah, he didn't play well, but he's a massively important player for us. We're more talking about the deadwood. That's the problem. It's the players who've been playing consistently shit for a long time and somehow are still getting chances. And I think Ollie, will have learnt a lot from that last night as well, that you can't trust those players. You just can't. Rashford is not the main striker for United. We need a main striker to feed off, says Smoke at 187. I disagree. I think Rashford has to be the future of Manchester United in the number 9 position. He can't play down the wing again, says Isaac. I think that's the problem. I mean, I didn't like last night. I mean, if I want to be nitpicky, why was Rashford moved from the number 9 spot when he's been brilliant there to accommodate Lukaku because Martial's injured? Surely you could have just played Sanchez on the left and kept Rashford up front. And we would have been... I think we would have won the game with that because Sanchez is more mobile. Rashford's more mobile. We had 3 front players yesterday and Rashford was the only one with any mobility. Mata's slow, Lukaku's slow on the ball. So I think that was a bit of a mistake. Matic was class lights last night, says HMR 309. Yeah, I think Matic had a good game. I think the midfield's got to be Matic, Herrera and Pogba. And that's the problem. They can't play every game. It's impossible. But who's going to come in? Martial will soon leave this small club and you'll fight relegation, says Ryan LFC. Look, mate, you're a Liverpool fan. I know everything. I know you just won the league last night, but seriously, that's not Manchester United are not going to be relegated. You know, get off the coffee. Matt Rule says we need a tall sticker. I think he means we need a tall striker. Well, have Liverpool got a tall striker? Have Man City got a tall striker? You don't need a tall striker. You just need to play the right way. Jones was crap. Jones was at fault for that first goal. That pass to Pereira. Yes, Pereira made the mistake. Of course he did. But the pass to him was just stupid. Really stupid. Manu says that Andreas and Fred need more time. They do need more time. And that's a legacy of Mourinho, that he didn't keep them match fit. And Ollie's now trying to get them match fit. The unfortunate thing is, where do you give them time? If you can't give them time against Burnley at home, what's the next fixture that we can give Pereira? We can risk Pereira and give him more time. We're not going to do it away at Chelsea in the FA Cup, are we? We're not going to do it against PSG. We're not going to do it away to Leicester. The games for us to do that aren't really there, but it needs to be done, because one injury to one of our midfield three and we're in trouble, which is why I think we should be looking in the transfer market. Soul Knight, I think you're the only one struggling with the mic. How about turning your volume down, you absolute plonker? Bloody hell. Telling me to turn my mic down. We've got 2,600 people watching who are coping with it absolutely fine. How's about you turn your volume down? Bloody hell. Just got in, Mark. What's the story? Fellaini gone. Has Tony Martial signed to Stevie Mac? So lots and lots in the media this morning that Anthony Martial will sign a 5-year contract with Manchester United before Friday, which is fantastic news. Obviously the Fellaini thing, we should hopefully hear in the next couple of days that he's gone as well. So they're two massive deals for Manchester United. But as I said, the but really is that, well, Martial could have signed next week. This is not a transfer. This is a new contract. It's great. But is it a smokescreen to make us all happy and forget that we've done sod all in the transfer window? Fellaini is a great deal. Let's get rid of him. That's great. But we need to get rid of more than Fellaini. So they're good deals. They're very good deals. And they're better than nothing. But I feel we should have done a lot more. And more importantly, I really do feel that when you look at Arsenal signing a couple of players, Chelsea signing a couple of players, they're our rival. We've got issues and we're sitting on a pot of gold again. And I've said this all transfer window. I don't think that the board have given us enough of a chance to get top four. I don't. I really think that we could be looking in May at finishing 5th or 6th and going, the board didn't do what they needed to do. And it's absolutely bollocks to say you can't sign players because you don't know who the manager's going to be. Of course you can sign players. You can get people on loan. Tielemans is going to Leicester on loan with no requirement that they buy him. So he'll be gone in the summer or he stays in the summer. You can do deals like that. Or you can buy players of the quality that are better than the quality we've got. So no manager's going to walk in the door and go, oh, fucking hell, why did you buy Adrian Rabiot? I was more than happy with Pereira and McTominay. You know what I mean? As long as you're buying players better than what you've got, or as good as the first three that we've got, you're laughing. So that's a load of rubbish. That's a load of rubbish. I wouldn't be... I agree with that comment there. Somebody said that Mata's not Deadwood. I'd never be as insulting and disrespectful enough to call Juan Mata Deadwood. Deadwood FC at United are people like Darmian and Jones and Young that have been there for a long time that should have been gotten rid of. Mata's not Deadwood. Mata's just a player. Mata's been very good for us. I think Mata's a player that this season we can see the decline is that he's not good enough for United anymore. It's the same as I said before with Gary Neville and people like that. He's just dropped off. His performances have dropped off this season. He's not Deadwood. He's too important to us in the past for that, and I respect him too much. But I do think it's time for Mata to move on. I think if anyone's been watching United this season, you can see a massive drop off in Mata. And also the most important thing about Mata is he's not a right winger. And when you put him on the right wing, the opposition's left back has a field day. We saw it so many times. We saw it on the opening day with Chilwell at Old Trafford. He's not a right winger anyway, and we don't play with a number 10. So that's another reason not to keep Mata. What does he offer us? Good to see many finally recognise Jesse's importance to the side, says Lingardino the first. I think we probably need a better player than Lingard in the summer, but for now, he's far better than many options we've got, and he brings some impetus and energy to the team. That's what Martial, Rashford and Lingard bring. Maybe Sanchez was a better player. Maybe Lukaku scores more goals. But they slow us down. Lingard, Martial and Rashford bring speed, energy and cause problems to the opposition. That's why they should be our front three every single game we can play them. Thanks everyone for watching. Get your comments in below. Drop a like on the video. We're live again at 8 o'clock tonight. Of course we are. And we'll obviously go live if there are any transfer deals today. Fingers crossed today or tomorrow we will be going live about something. But smash a like on the video. Get your comments in below and give us your thoughts. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you later.